box that's above eye level, now I have to figure out the height. And that's up to me, once again, it's arbitrary. And I can go from any one of these four corners I want to, but I'll go from here. So there's the height of my box. Once again, we're at that point where any one of you would come up and draw the exact same box, but you have the width, the length, and the height, right? So I'll start building this one a little more quickly than the previous one, because it's the same thing, but at first we're only going to see 3 planes. Ready? Okay, I can work from here, and I can make it horizontal. A little reach, I guess. And I gotta be right in the corner, guys. Okay, that horizontal comes across above this corner, so I'm gonna drop a vertical down there. You guys follow? Okay, there's my vertical. How many planes? 2. Okay. So now I'm going to, I can make a vertical here, guys, if I wanted to, and make it, I guess how high it should be. Or I can make an orthogonal line going to my vanishing point from that corner. Either way is fine, as long as you get the correct result. So from here, I'm going to drop down to the VP with a green marker. Now I can't be ballpark with this VP, guys. If I have it like, a quarter inch to the right or left of it, things just won't line up. And I think I needed a green marker. Okay, one more line, and I have 3 planes. Where does that line come from? From where? From here? Okay. Then we have a solid box. Solid box is pretty easy, guys. It's pretty easy, but you want to know inside out. It's important that you understand that. So if I continue constructing this thing, I'm going to be drawing, the inside of it. And I'm hoping that all my lines are correct and everything lines up. And here's the test. So back here, I can draw a horizontal here, or a vertical back here, or I can draw a line coming to the vanishing point from this corner. I think what I'm going to do is my horizontal back here, and make sure that marker works.
So you're saying without drawing it as solid, but now that you're
Yeah. So I mean, if you were drawing a piece of furniture, if you were drawing a desk, or I'm trying to think of something more solid, a brick. If you're drawing a brick, you're done. Because the brick's solid, you don't see through it. But if you're drawing a glass case, then you want to be able to draw the inside of it as well. Okay? And there's always going to be situations where you're going to realize you have to draw the inside of things anyway, as you'll discover as the prospective lectures progress. So there's my horizontal back there. So I could make the orthogonal now or the vertical. I think either one's okay as long as the last one lines up. So I think I'll go with the orthogonal here. I'm going to come to my upper left front corner, back to my VP. It's right there. Now I'm hoping Then it's a true vertical. I could cheat and connect them, right? I could cheat and just take a straight edge and connect them, but let's put it to the test. Perfect. Oop. Almost perfect. I think it's off by a 32nd of an inch, but pretty darn close to perfect. Now, what happens, I can live with that, but what happens if it's more off than that? One of my verticals, or one of my horizontals, one or more, or one of my lines going to the vantage point was a little off. And then I can backtrack and find out what happened. Usually, if I'm drawing something, I could draw another box more quickly than it would take the time to go back and try to figure out what I did with that one, but that's exactly what would happen. Because if your lines are true, it lines up. That's the magic of this stuff, right? The people that came up with this were geniuses. We didn't know this until we knew it. And then it's like obvious. Before we understood linear perspective, things were all distorted and out of proportion. Right? Okay. Any questions right now? You guys are all perspective geniuses. Yeah.
So that's the way you're drawing these.
I'm sorry?
That's the way you're drawing these.
I'm going to get to that, yeah. Because I'm lecturing all day, but I'm going to show you how we can do this and make interior to rooms and such. But drawing these transparent boxes is critical we understand that first.
And so that helps you decide which direction you're going. Like,
Which direction I'm going?
like, for example, then, oh wait, never mind, I see what you're saying.
You know, this would have probably been more clear if I had all of these related to a vantage point. I kind of drew these up here willy-nilly, so you can see the different planes. So, after I go this next one, I think things will be more clear, okay? Because everything here is coming from that DP. This was just drawn rather willy-nilly, and then I drew a vanishing point, and there's an afterthought. Just to show the planes is why I drew them initially. Okay, we have one below, we have one above. Now I want to make one that's below and above. That door back there is below my eye level and above my eye level. Right? Those doors there, of course, same thing. Those shelves over there are below my eye level and above my eye level. I can't see the top of those shelves, and that's all enough, because they're above my eye level. And the bottom of them, because they're below my eye level. Interestingly, with these shelves, guys, by the way, depending on where you're sitting, none of you can see the top of that. Now, some of you are standing, if you're tall enough, you would. I don't think any of you guys can see this top. I can see it because I'm standing up. All of you can see the top of this one. And then, if we removed all the still life subject matter, you see that bottom shelf for sure. So it all depends on where your eye level is, right? But wait, there's more. So, I'm going to draw this box that is below and above eye level. If you pay close attention, it won't confuse you. This is the one people get stuck on sometimes. So if you pay close attention and take good notes and ask me questions, you're going to understand, okay? So I want my box to sit down here somewhere. What plane do I draw first? The bottom plane, right? Does everybody understand that? Let's pause on that box for a minute. No, you don't have to pause. And look at this box. If I were drawing a table, I would probably start like that, and these four red verticals would be the table legs. They'd be the outline for the table legs, right? If I don't draw the bottom of the plane first, and I'm trying to construct this table, and I start from the top and start working my way down, I don't know where these four legs are coming down. And that's where we run into trouble, because we didn't draw the bottom plane of the box first, okay? If you've been drawing perspective for years, or you do it professionally at one of the studios, or what have you, you can break rules all you want because you know what results you're going to get. But when we're learning this stuff, don't forget it. It saves you, okay? So, back to the box that is above and below eye level. I'm going to come from my VP over here and make a couple of lines. Come on, marker. my VPE, going to, coming from, but, you know, arguably, for the sake of the argument, they would be going to the VPE because they're banishing, right? Now I'm gonna make 2 horizontals. So there's the bottom plane of my next box. By the way, while I'm doing this lecture, it would not be erroneous of me to have this corner in front of that corner, but you guys wouldn't be able to see the back corner. So I'm being careful that I don't have this corner here in front of that corner, so when I draw my verticals, you see all 4 verticals, okay? So I have the arbitrary width and length. Now this one's going to go above eye level, and so I'm going to pick any corner I want here. I'll go back here and bring this vertical up as high as I want. Notice it went past this green eye level line because the top of it's going to be above eye level. So far, so good? What do we know now? What 3 measurements do we know?
Vertical, and horizontal.
Yeah, but how come any one of you could come up and draw the same line that we've established? Width, length, is that where you're going? And height, okay? So here, now watch this, this is gonna really shoot up in the air, guys, because this is pretty far above eye level. This line, I gotta line it up with my vanishing point, is going way up there. Got my corners here to play with. Okay. Now I'm going to bring a vertical down to this corner. Down to this corner. You guys see that? This is a new red marker. I don't know why it's coming out so pink. How many planes? If you were drawing a building outside in one-to-one perspective, you'd start like this. You'd want to know where the building's sitting on the sidewalk, where it's sitting in the city, right? But you'd start like this. And there's going to be a street next to it. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to make a horizontal here. A vertical connecting this bottom corner to the top. Okay, if it were a solid box, forget that you can see the floor right now. If it were a solid box, you're done. By the way, you can do a million things with 1 point. When we get to 2 point, you'll find this more dynamic. Well, if you understand 1 point, you can start playing with it and you can come up with some really interesting drawings. People that do graphic novels, comic books, a background for animation, illustrators, they all have this stuff in their toolbox ready to use right away. They don't have to think about it, okay? Because they realize we're not, you know, there's always opportunities that present themselves where they can just go to their perspective and make a very dynamic drawing. Okay, let's make it transparent. Ready? Okay. Everything's going to or coming from a corner. One more line and I have 6 planes. Right now you only see 4, right? So that last line, and once again, I'm hoping it lines up. I could cheat and connect these corners. I could, and probably no one would know the difference unless it's way off, okay? But let's see, and it lines up beautifully. I am having a good day here. Below eye level, above eye level, both. If this were a building, and you started making doorways in it, and windows in it, and windows going back in perspective, etc., and a sidewalk in front of it, you start it the same way we did that. So far, so good? Okay, guys, ask questions. I'm going to draw some parameters around this. And I'll explain why I'm doing this a little later. And I'm going to get these boxes contained right now. And, you know, this T-square is so handy because I'm getting my verticals and horizontals perfectly without having to measure each side. Whenever my T-square doesn't reach, I just pick up a straight edge and extend the line. 3 transparent, 1-1 perspective boxes. You guys are going to be responsible for knowing how to do these. I'm certainly not done with the lecture today, but me lecturing on it, you taking notes is one thing, practicing is another. If I told every one of you to turn around and face back in the classroom now and draw these 3 boxes, a lot of you would struggle, okay? Because it's just introduced to you. That's why practicing is so important. You know, I'm lecturing, you guys practice, there'll be assignments, and you're gonna start getting it. But if you get it right away, cool. Some folks pick it up immediately. I was not like that. I had to practice it, okay? Before I started understanding it. But